Cetus has started the active marketing campaign, and as expected, we see lots of newcomers and newbies asking tons of questions in socials and in direct. So the huge load is all about Cetus Heroes gameplay, NFT collection, recently added features, mechanics, and etc. Well, of course, you can always search for answers in our other videos about Cetus Heroes, but okay, today we'll try to answer all the most frequently asked. So make sure you watch this video until the very end, and you definitely will find the answer to your favorite question. Okay, number one, how is Thermo Catalyst working? Basically, it increases damage from thermal attacks. So far, it's only Ogia's race-based ability, but in the future, we'll also have a thermal gun. Keep in mind that this gadget won't work with other races or weapons. There are 3 levels of gadget: plus 10, plus 15, and plus 20 damage. So when you equip Thermo Catalyst level 3 on your Ogia, it will have 53-57 base ability damage instead of 33 to 37, which is plus 20 damage. So should you buy Thermo Catalyst? Well, no. Freshman OG gives a more significant increase in damage by adding plus 5 points to attack, and it also gives you an additional energy point. Still, if you got Thermo Catalyst from drop boxes, it's pretty nice. It will give you some advantage, but Freshman is much more lucrative in terms of purchase. The next question is how to win with Ogia armed with Taser. Okay, Ogia plus Taser is the best possible combination. So you can ignore attack as it doesn't affect Taser's damage. You need to put 3 or 4 skill points in agility to guarantee yourself the right to act first. And the rest points can be spent in vitality, so you have a lot of HP. When in battle and starting first, you can skip the first 2 turns and then activate bluffing. Feel free to spend a few energy points by attacking an enemy with your race-based ability when you reach 10 EP. In this way, you'll apply a burning status to your enemy, and in the next turn, you can strike 2 taser shots, one with explosion effect and another one without. But it is better to save some energy for the future turns. In 1 versus 1 fights, things come down to wise usage of bluffing, so you just need to feel it. Okay, moving on to the next one, how to understand if your opponent used bluffing. Okay, the answer is no way. The developers have removed the display of energy from statuses, weapons, as well as accrual at the beginning of the turn. The chance to calculate bluff is, well, close to 0, but something still can be calculated. You need to count energy points and just guess. For example, like Voltrons have max damage multiplication at 10 EP. So your opponent will likely to skip 2 or 3 turns to reach the max multiplicator. Another thing is if they have a freshman gadget or not. So if they do, they can act faster. So you need to always be a step ahead. But don't waste all EP at once. So if you go first, at turn 3, spend 4 or 5 EP to make some damage, but not lose the advantage in case your opponent uses bluff. Approach battle carefully and always keep in mind how much energy was spent. And yeah, in 3 versus 3 battles, it's impossible to count that bluffing. So often players use bluffing instantly if they go second, or try to keep it for a 1 versus 1 or 1v2 stage. The next question, should you use bluffing in the very beginning? Well, simply it is not effective. So your opponent will spend some turns accumulating energy points. One hint here is Railgun Pistol plus Freshman. So it allows shooting on the first turn, thus making you or your opponent use bluff early to avoid DOT damage. But generally, late bluffing sounds more effective. Okay, let's continue with another question about bluffing. So how long bluffing is actually working. Basically, it works 6 turns. And it is important to understand that 6 turns are not 6 rounds. So in 1 versus 1 fights, it lasts 3 rounds. But in 3 versus 3, only 1. So in these modes, bluffing is totally different. Okay, moving on to Sidus NFT collection. So how much does it cost? Well, there are 2 collections, Genesis and Academy. Genesis collection is represented in 2 forms, heroes and cards, but Academy only in form of cards. NFTs have 3 rarity levels, common, epic, and legendary, which are proportional to their value and advantages inside the game. The collections have different links on OpenSea. You see, Sidus NFT Heroes includes only Genesis Heroes. Sidus Items includes Academy and Genesis cards. The cheapest NFT is Sidus Academy Common Card, which costs around $40 or 0.035 ETH. So in its turn, Genesis Common Card costs 3 times more, 0.11 ETH or $130. And if you decide to buy generated hand-drawn common NFT hero, you'll have to spend around 0.2 ETH or $240. Okay, but why so much? Well, because if you lock heroes from the original collection, well, not card, you will receive a new Genesis common card after 365 days on top of your initial hero. So worth the price, right? As for epic and legendary NFTs, well, Academy NFT card now worth 0.26 ETH or $310. Epic Genesis card 0.38 ETH or $450. Epic NFT hero 0.52 ETH or $610. Speaking of legendaries, legendary Academy card 1.35 ETH or $1,600. Legendary Genesis card 1.95 ETH or roughly $2,300. And lastly, the most expensive legendary NFT hero 3.1 ETH or $3,700. As you can see, they are pretty much expensive, but they are totally worth it. Basically, high rarity gives more benefits, like additional resources, access to premier features, and etc. Well, personally, I would choose Genesis NFT Heroes as it gives new NFT every 365 days. And you can even farm rare resources, polygons, and you can participate in the coming Zena airdrop. All Genesis NFT Heroes owners will receive 1 common Zena NFT, and they can join the closed beta among the first ones. So much wows here. Okay, let's proceed with another question. Do we have guilds in the game or something like this? Okay, the situation is quite interesting here. So there are 25 guilds in the game right now, but the Sidus team has already rolled out scholarships, which allows the creation of organizations. So basically, guilds must create these organizations using special licenses and then rent out heroes to guild members. The team has posted an article with details about organizations, so you can check it out on their official blog. In case you want to play Sidus Heroes and you don't have money for NFTs, you can participate in giveaway by Zeus. Well, CSGO World Champion, by the way. So check out his Insta account for more details. Okay, our next stop is how the energy accumulation is working. Well, this is kind of good one because after recent update, some players became, frustrated. Okay, so let me try to explain this to you. So at the first turn, you'll have 1 energy or 2 with Freshman. When you skip a turn without performing any action, you'll receive 3 energy points on the next one. If you attack the enemy or buffed an ally, you'll get 2 EP next turn. This works for the first 2 rounds. From round 3, you get 3 EP when you do anything and 5 EP if you don't. By the way, here is a useful tip. So many players often skip the second turn to get these sweet 5 energy points. So this can be used as your advantage. Okay, the next question, does Hydro Impact removes energy points from the opponent? Well, it is not about the Hydro Impact, but rather the Steam effect. So when you play 3 versus 3 battles and your enemy has burning status, you can attack him with Hydro Impact and it will trigger the Steam effect. In this case, adjacent heroes will be deprived of 1 EP, but not the target itself. So to reduce the target's EP, you need to trigger the short circuit effect by applying Hydro Impact on the charge status. It is a good strategy that helps you avoid massive damage from enemies with tasers, which need a lot of energy points. The following is about genetic stimulants. What to do with them? Genetic stimulants are required to produce replicants, sort of work units. So far, they have no use cases, but in the future, they will be involved in module construction and items production. So they are pretty crucial here. Plus, replicants affect your collection rarity. So to create a replicant, you need a reproduction capsule, so 8,000 Cetus tokens, and also 50 genetic stimulants. So depending on the rarity of your capsule, the reproduction process will take roughly 3 or even 30 days. Okay, the next question is pretty interesting one. Will my loot change if I have like 1, 2, or even 3 Genesis heroes in my team? So yes, the resource drops are based on the team bonus rules. The chance depends on the number of heroes in the team of each rarity and their collection. Take a look at this. Academy collection, 1 hero 3%, 2 heroes 9%, and 3 heroes 27%. Here's the Genesis collection, 1 hero 5%, 2 heroes 15%, and 3 heroes 45%. If you only have common heroes, you will get common resources. So if epic, then epic resources. Well, I think you get it. So overall, it's good to compose your team with heroes from one collection. Okay, now the question about Hyper Prism. So if my enemy kills Hyper Prism, do we both get rewards? Well, the answer is yes, if you stayed alive. So it's sort of the only cooperation mode so far, and it doesn't matter who kills Hyper Prism. Both players get rewards for defeating the boss. But if your enemy first kills you and then kills Hyper Prism, well, you won't get rewards. So keep that in mind. Okay, our final question for today is about heroes inside the game. So where to see them? Well, you can check all of your heroes in the collection section. So there will be displayed both release heroes and cards. If you have both an NFT, locked or burn it via this special page, and card didn't appear in the game, just check if you did everything correctly. Maybe you didn't approve the transaction or something else. To create a new hero, just click release when in collection upon any unreleased card. And yeah, I think that was the last one for today. So thank you all guys for your questions. I hope I managed to answer them all and your playtime will get even better. But if you want to get even more detailed answers to your questions, just make sure to watch the latest GeekFi stream because he spent just hours explaining Cetus Heroes basics. Thanks for watching this guide. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the DeFi channel if you're new here. Have a nice holidays and see you in the next episodes.